from the village's end, so I won't do a roll call. So before we begin, let's all please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty, and justice for all. Okay, Yui Ching, would you like to get us started, please?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. The Gardner Mill Cottage Gallery, board members, is open on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Home Sweet Home is continuing to be open on Friday, Saturday, Sunday from 10 to 12 and from 1 to 4. On Sunday, it's 1 to 4. And you can also call up the East Hampton Historical Society and make an appointment to see the Moran House, okay? Tour with Richard Marans. Also, I want to explain why there's a resolution to accept the flag, the 48-star flag from the Stone family. In 1927, when the village decided to purchase Home Sweet Home, the flag was a 48-star flag then, okay? We also have a 15-star flag that was prominent when John Howard Payne was alive. I found out that when Mr. and Mrs. Buke bought Home Sweet Home in 1908, the flag only had 45 stars. Oklahoma became a state in 1908, but they didn't put the star on it until 1912, when Arizona and New Mexico became states. So we're going to be flying the 48-star flag, okay? Okay, questions? Trustee Graham, within 2 years, what year did the Edwards Movie Theater burn down? Oh,
sorry, I had to unmute. The movie theater burned down in 1964 on, I believe, April 14th. Here is a picture from the East Hampton Star of April 16th of the fire. And when not only did the theater burn, but there were 5 other businesses in the building. The Adams and Peck brokerage firm.
You're not supposed to say that. Those are my questions. You're answering my question.
Those were your questions? Oh, then I won't say a further word. The fire was spotted by a gentleman named John Cooper driving for G&T Dairies at 6:13 a.m. and reported to Sergeant Loris of the East Hampton Village Police Department.
Wow. All right.
That was my uncle. Sergeant Loris was my uncle.
Really?
Yeah.
And the fire marshal and the code enforcement officer, Ken Cullum, he found the movie that was playing when the fire burned down the theater. Captain Newman, MD, with Gregory Peck and Tony Curtis. And do you know that during the 20s, after Edwards Theater opened up, like in 1926, there was vaudeville there. If you look in this old stars, you'll see advertisement for vaudeville at the Edwards Theater. All right, that's all me.
Yeah, and also, Hugh, I want to say that when it was built in 1926, the original seating was for 1,000, and capacity was reduced to 825 during a renovation in 1951.
Wow, 825 people?
And before the theater opened in 1926, the movies were shown at the bicycle shop.
Interesting.
Yeah. You know where Kelly's liquor store used to be? It's Victory Garden, I think now, right there on where the sidewalk that goes to the parking lot. That's where movies were shown at one time. Okay.
Do I pass?
Yep. Deputy Mayor Borsak, your question?
Yes. You asked me the businesses that were in that building when it burned down.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember all of them. I'm sure Trustee Graham can fill us in on all of them. The ones that I remember, without looking it up, were Madeline Potter's Beauty Parlor, which was upstairs.
Yeah.
She was quite a lovely lady, Madeline Potter. In fact, I remember taking her to the hospital, I think on her last trip, which was probably 15 years ago now. She was a lovely lady. She lived on the Circle, so she didn't have to go very far to work. And then the other one that I remember well was the Marmador, which continued to be in business for many years. It moved to Newtown Lane. I'm sure Mayor Lawler has a lot of memories at the Marmador. And the Marmador was quite famous because if you were in high school, you spent time in the Marmador. That's what we did after school or at lunchtime. We walked down to the Marmador. So those were the two businesses that I remember. I don't remember the other ones. I was young at the time.
The other businesses, Trustee Borsak, were the Adams and Peck brokerage firm, Jeffrey Bass, a surveyor, who had 2 filing cabinets full of papers saved from the fire. And the other was the A.C. Osborne Jewelry Store. And after the fire, a large safe was lifted from the ashes, and it contained a substantial amount of jewelry that was salvaged.
Also, at one time, there was a jewelry store called Scribner's Jewelry Store. And then there was the Kip Shop, which I think sold hats. Okay, great. Thank you. Who's next? Mayor Lawler, where would you go bowling on Main Street?
Well, as I remember, it was it's now the new London Jewelers. It used to be the VFW all years ago. Bowling alley, there were 2 of them. They were in the basement. And the reason that I know is I used to go there every Friday night when I was about 10 or 11 years old with my older brother and my father. And he would bowl with his friends, and my brother and I were the pin boys. They didn't have the electric pin setters then. And so for our hard work, we would get all the soda we could drink and potato chips we could eat.
The good old days.
Yeah.
You remember the VFW building was initially, part of it was initially the old school. There was a school built on Newtown Lane in 1894, the Union School. And then in 1924, when they decided to build the present middle school building, the Masons bought part of the school and moved it down the street and put up those columns. And then they foolishly sold the building after the war to the VFW. That's another story. Okay. Trustee Harden. Oh, who was Big Al?
Who was Big Al? That would be Big Al Caponaro, who his business would spike when the business next to him had something going on, which is where my office is, which was Williams's funeral home. So Big Al would pack him in when there was a wake at night. People would meet there and then go to the wake or go after the wake.
Yeah. Big Al, of course, was a character. The cash register read $2.36 all the time. He had a cigar box where he put the other money. Or if you had change on the bar, he would just clean the bar, and then your change would just leave.
Would just go.
Yeah, he had the coldest beer in town. He had the mugs in a freezer. Now, when you pull the mug out, there could be a bug at the bottom of it, but it was cold. And he had a big lunch crew, right, Ray?
Yes, he did. He did. A lot of people went there for lunch. That's correct.
Some of them never left.
You get served what Big Al had.
That's right.
If you wanted a hamburger, you probably got spaghetti because
That's right.
And it was cooked the way he wanted it.
That's right. And then he had his brother Louie, right, in the kitchen?
Yep.
Yeah, brother Louie in the kitchen. Big Al. Yeah. And if you're up there and it's 8:30 at night and he wanted to close, everybody out. That's it. You're gone. We used to go there after playing softball. That's why I know.
Okay.
Big Al.
The only time I was ever in Having Narrows was for my first ambulance call. And it was very memorable. I'm not going to give you any details, but it was quite an interesting call for the very first one ever.
First one ever? You wound up in Having Narrows?
First one I ever went on, yeah.
Well, you know, that bar was really spectacular, the way it was made. And we can't find out what happened to it. All right, June. All righty. Trustee Brown, your question?
What year did the Rittersham lot open? And Labor Day of 1964, the Rue de Chêne lot was open, and we know that it was named after Robert G. Rue de Chêne, who was a village trustee, and he was instrumental in getting the project together. Unfortunately, he was tragically involved in an accident where he was struck by a car leaving Gordon's in Amagansett at night. And there's a plaque now in the Rue de Chêne lot. I believe I had to look all this up because this was before my time, but in 1966, it was the plaque was dedicated in his honor.
Wow, yeah.
And
you know,
actually, Gordon's was not in Amagansett at that point. They were down. No, what's the name of that restaurant now, Rick? Do you know? The one where Gordon's was?
Oh,
Across from where Gertz used to be.
yeah.
Like Stearns over there.
No,
Yeah.
Moby's.
27.
Yes, right across. That's where Gordon's was in 1964.
wait a minute now. Where are you saying Gordon's was?
It was in East Hampton, across from where Stearns or Gertz used to be.
Well, it used to be Spring Close House.
Spring Close House,
Then-
yeah.
Now it's something else. Yeah.
But then Gordon's, was it when he left Spring Close House that he changed it to Gordon's?
No, they're two different owners, I think. I don't think Gordon's and Spring Close House had anything to do with each other.
I didn't think so.
Because I thought that's where he was hit, was
No,
right.
it was in Amagansett. It was in Amagansett because there's no lights there. It was very dark, and it was just difficult. It still is.
You know what? That actually makes me feel better because I was sitting here thinking how depressing it is to have questions about history and I know all the answers to it because I was there. So
There you
I'm very
go.
happy that I don't remember correctly. Thank you.
That's all right.
I would like to thank Mr. King, the professor, for giving me questions that I can research because most of the things happened when I was still a citiate. So,
Well, you're going to get your revenge now. You ready for this one?
yep.
Okay. The next meeting, I believe, is the first Thursday in September, right?
Right.
Mhm.
Now, that's the same day as a town board meeting, you know. I think they're going to have one too. So at the next meeting, I would like to ask each of the trustees to ask me a question. Okay? So go find a question to ask me.
All right.
And that's all I got.
How personal can we be?
Huh? What?
How personal can we be?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
And it can't be Scott Fithian's grades, right?
I can remember most of them.
Hey, Hugh, I think John Cavernaro took that bar out and put it in storage someplace.
Is that what he did with it? I knew
I
that
think
he
so.
did.
Yeah, because he wanted that.
Oh, he hated that place, you know, John.
Yeah, but I think he wanted the bar, so I think he took it out and put it in storage someplace.
Well, I wonder where it is. That would be something for a restaurant to get.
Yeah.
It was spectacular. All right. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next time.
All right. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thanks, you.
All right. Next on the agenda is public comments. If we have anybody that wants to call in and address the board, we'll give it a couple of minutes. Is everybody thinking about what question they might want to ask you for the next meeting?
I think I'm going to have to research that. I want to ask him a tough one.
We'll just give it another minute. If nobody calls in, we'll start with our first public hearing. Okay, so I guess no one's going to call in. So this morning we have a public hearing in reference to Chapter 246, solid waste, to address issues concerning garbage and rubbish in the village. June, could you please read the purpose and intent?
Sure. Introductory number 4, 2020, Section 1, Purpose. The use of public receptacles by private individuals to deposit household and commercial garbage, refuse, or rubbish is a detriment to the public health and safety of the village. The use of the public receptacles in this manner attracts animals and other pests, along with creating a visual blight on the community. Further, the leaving of handbills, magazines, pamphlets, and similar items in public spaces not only create a visual blight on the community, but a tripping hazard for our citizens and visitors. Moreover, both issues create additional costs to the village by creating the need to closely monitor the public receptacles and sidewalks. The purpose of the proposed modifications to Chapter 246 are to aid the village in prosecuting these types of situations by establishing a presumptive evidence section which eliminates the need for eyewitness testimony for prosecution under this chapter.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so Beth, could I just ask you to, I know we spoke about this somewhat before, could I just ask you to update us on some of the basic changes?
Yeah, let me just see. Sorry. Okay. So basically, some of it's just cleaning up the actual chapter itself to make it clear about what's included. And then also, the biggest thing I think that comes from this is it changes the way for enforcement purposes. In the past, the police officers themselves had to witness the rubbish being deposited, whether it's the magazines or whatnot being put out. Whereas now this allows the, even if the police were able to trace who did it, unless they actually saw them, they couldn't prosecute. And so this allows them to now prosecute people from dropping. What they tend to do is in the middle of the night, dropping these different, whether they be magazines or leaflets and things like that in the middle of the night. And now they can trace them and prosecute people from doing that. That's probably the biggest change that will help for the prosecution. And I mean, that's probably the biggest. They changed it to, I believe it was a violation before, and now it's changed to a misdemeanor. So that's why it allows them to trace who dropped it rather than have to witness the actual drop-offs.
Okay, thank you. So I'll open up the public comment while we're waiting for anybody to call in. If they have a comment, I'll just ask the board if they have any comments.
No, I think this is a great step forward for us to be able to catch people without seeing that happening on the spot. So I'm very excited about it.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Yeah, I totally agree that this is kind of overdue. People have been dumping household garbage in public receptacles for a long time, and we can't allow that behavior.
Thank you. Anybody else? All right, so I agree with everything that's been said so far, and obviously I think we're pretty much all in agreement that this needed to be done. That's why we've gotten to this point, and as has already been said, now we'll be able to prosecute these things based on information and belief, so that the officer doesn't have to directly witness it. If the police are able to establish through other means who deposited the trash improperly, then we'll be able to pursue that with a summons or whatever else is necessary. So if nobody else has any comments, could I have a motion to close the hearing, please?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? None. So carried. Okay, so with that, we'll start the resolution portion of the agenda. Trustee Brown, could you start with number 1, please?
Sure. Make a motion to approve claim vouchers for the month of August.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None. So carried.
Make a motion to approve warrants as listed. General Fund number 76, July number 1 and 2, Trust Fund number 74, July, and number 4, Capital Fund.
Second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? None. So carried.
Make a motion to approve departmental reports.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? None. So carried.
Make a motion to adopt negative secret declaration with respect to introductory number 4-2020.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? None. So carried.
Make a motion to adopt as local law number 5-2020, introductory number 4-2020, hereby amending Code Chapter 246, solid waste.
Second.
All in favor? Anyone opposed? None. So carried.
Make a motion to adopt resolution number 45-2020 concerning erroneous real estate taxes paid and refunds due in the total amount of $1,094.76 payable to Toomey, Latham, Shea, Kelly, and Corterator as attorney for the following property owners. Number 1, Barry S. Friedberg Revocable Trust, and number 2, Fern K. Tessler.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? None. So carried.
Okay, next I'll make a motion to approve the SQL server monitoring service with GeForce data for the contract period of 9/1/20 to 8/31/21 at the cost of $5,885 as per Chief Tracy's August 3rd memo.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? None. So carried.
Next, I'll make a motion to approve the extended service plan / annual maintenance agreement with Priority Dispatch, which includes support and upgrades for all annual renewing products and services in the amount of $12,276.95 for the contract period of 8/31/20 to 8/30/21 as per Chief Tracy's August 5th memo.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? None. So carried.
Next, I'll make a motion to approve the annual maintenance agreement, which is the contract period of 8/1/20 to 7/31/21 for police department software with Larimore Associates in the amount of $45,084 as per Chief Tracy's August 11th memo.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? None. So carried.
Next, I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of the Tannery Creek Systems Auto Chalk Parking Enforcement System for $62,000 for a vehicle-mounted system and $650 per month for one handheld unit, as per Chief Tracy's August 7th memo.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? None. So carried. And I just want to say, Barbara, before you go on, this is going to be a tremendous asset for us, I think, as has already been spoken about, but we'll be able to have a whole lot of flexibility in parking for the core business district once this is instituted. So I think it's going to be great for the village.
Next, I'm going to make a motion to adopt the SECRA determination for the Town Pond Dredge project.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? None. So carried.
And I'll make a motion to approve the $39,627.10 proposal received from South Fork Asphalt for asphalt pavement repair at the locations listed in Superintendent David Collins' memo dated August 12th, as per East Hampton Town contract and cooperative purchasing agreement.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? None. So carried.
Make a motion to approve the 2020-2021 tuition aid payments of $750 for the following 8 dependent children of village employees: Jason Bono, Olivia Brabant, Austin Brown, Emma Foster, James Foster, Molly Mamey, Brianna Farrow, and Tia Weiss.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
And I'll recuse myself from that.
Okay. Anyone opposed? None. Let the record show 4 votes in favor, 1 recusal, please. Passed and carried.
Okay. Make a motion to notice bidders for assorted fire department equipment as listed in Chief Terza's August 14th memo, with the bid opening to be held on Tuesday, September 15th at 2 p.m. at Village Hall.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? None. So carried.
Make a motion to approve the reassignment of 2 traffic control officers to seasonal traffic control specialists, Nicholas Lavelle at $17 per hour and Micah Jones at $16.50 per hour, to work during the winter months for recall assignments, effective September 1st, as per Chief Michael Tracy's August 14th memo.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? None. So carried.
Not opposed, but I'm recusing myself.
Okay, let the record show then 4 support and 1 recusal, please.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the $60,530 drainage improvement project in between the Circle and Fithian Lane under East Hampton Town contract as per Superintendent David Collins' memo dated August 17th.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? None. So carried.
Make a motion to approve John Forrester as a new member of Fire Department Engine Company number 5.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? None. So carried.
Make a motion to approve annual services agreement period July 1, 2020 to 6/30/2021 with Motorola for maintenance and service for the headquarters base station backup consoles in the amount of $25,347 as per Chief Tracy's August 21st memo.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? None. So carried.
Make a motion to adopt resolution number 46-2020, hereby approving the renewal agreement with U.S. Geological Survey for the level monitoring of Georgia Pond. Cost to be shared by Friends of Georgia Pond. Cost to the village is $2,853.75 per year.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? None. So carried.
I make a motion to approve status change for Fire Department Engine Company number 2 member Scott Fithian from active exempt to inactive exempt effective August 13th, 2020, as per Chief Terz's August 17th memo.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? None. So carried.
Make a motion to approve status change for Fire Department Engine Company number 4 member Terry Kemper from active exempt to inactive exempt effective July 1st, 2020, as per Chief Terz's August 17th memo.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? None. So carried.
I make a motion to approve status change for Fire Department Fire Police Company number 6 member Michael Rogers from active member to inactive exempt effective August 3rd, 2020, as per Chief Terz's 17th memo, August 17th.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? None. So carried.
Before I go on, I just want to say thank you to Scott and Terry and Michael for their years of service to the East Hampton Fire Department, and wish them luck in what they do in the future. And I certainly like to welcome John Forrester to the East Hampton Fire Department.
Thank you.
I make a motion to accept the resignation received from Special Police Officer Michelle Miller, effective July 12th, 2020, as per Chief Tracy's August 19th memo.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? None. So carried. And I just want to, before you go on, Ray, just thank Michelle Miller for her service and wish her well in her future endeavor. I understand that she's been hired by town police, so congratulations for that.
Make a motion to accept the donation of the 48-star American flag to the Village of East Hampton to be hung at Home Sweet Home Museum from the Stone family, as per Hugh King, Historic Site Director.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? None. So carried. And I just, again, I know you made mention of it, but I just would like to thank the Stone family for this donation. It's a tremendous asset to Home Sweet Home. It's from the Stone siblings, Nancy, Rocky, Florence, and Marion. So I want to thank them very much for that. Next is I make a motion to accept the $96,770 bid received from Hink Electrical Contractor Incorporated for the service and maintenance contract for the in-road warning light system at Village Crosswalks as per the August 18, 2020 bid specifications.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? None. So carried. Next, I make a motion to adopt Resolution 47-2020 to publish notice setting forth the polling place, hours during which polls are open, names and addresses of candidates, offices, and terms.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? None. So carried. Next, I make a motion to adopt Resolution 48-2020 to amend the 2019 through 2020 budget to increase estimated revenue and appropriations for costs of $1,236,809.24 related to the purchase of fire and ambulance apparatus and are to be funded from the village undesignated fund balance.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? None. So carried. Next, I make a motion to adopt Resolution 49-2020 to amend the 2019-2020 budget to increase estimated revenue and appropriations for costs. I think there's an error here, but it's $334,143.50. Would you just confirm that, Becky? There's an extra set of zeros here, it looks like.
It's $334,143.50.
Okay, thank you. Related to I'm sorry. Okay, related to road improvements and pavement restoration performed by the Village of East Hampton and reimbursement received from the Suffolk County Water Authority as per Resolution 25-2020 upon receipt of said reimbursement.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? None. So carried. Next, I make a motion to adopt Resolution 50-2020 to Ralph Lauren to host a special event to benefit the East Hampton Historical Society as per special event permit application.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? None. So carried.
Mayor, I just want to say that I recuse myself from that vote. Being the treasurer of the Historical Society, I have signing authority over the accounts where that money would go, so it's just better to recuse myself.
Okay, thank you. Could you indicate that, please, June? 4 approvals and 1 recusal. And again, this is just part of our effort to try to help businesses during this crisis of COVID-19. So just another example where village government working with local business and then also supporting groups like the Historical Society. And next, I make a motion to adopt Resolution 51-2020, reference employment termination of Sean Dushman, Public Safety Dispatcher 1, and approve the $14,955.26 payout for accumulated time to be paid from Employee Benefit Leave Reserve Fund.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? None. So carried. Okay, that's it for our resolutions. Anybody else have any other comments? Okay, so we're going to close our meeting and go into executive session to discuss real estate. If there's any reason for us to reconvene, we'll notify the media. I have a motion to adjourn, please.
So moved.
All in favor? Aye. We stand adjourned.
Thank you.